Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you'll join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming out. Is there any public comment on the agenda items? Okay. Then I would like to make a motion to approve the supervisors' minutes for November 26th. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bills for November 25th, general, $11,341.64. Park and Rec, $85. Open Space, $85. December 3rd, general, $44,138.90. LST, $744.74. Park and Rec, $10,170.61. State, $434.79. Open Space, $89.59. Library, $343.95. And ambulance, $114.51.
I make a motion to approve the bills for November 25th and December 3rd.
All in favor? Oh, sorry, is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Payroll for weeks ending 12/9. Gross wages, $23,342.59. State tax liability, $716.61. Federal tax liability, $1681.48. And net wages, $18,462.22.
I make a motion to approve payroll.
I second.
All in
for
favor?
December 9th.
Aye.
Aye.
Permits issued for November, zoning was 7, building 13, and septic 2.
I'll make a motion to approve the permits issued for November 2025.
Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Treasurer's report for November, ending balance in general, $279,680.16. State, $33,606.51. Fire fund, $108,673.33. LST, $33,531.96. Ambulance, $106. Library, $118. Road machinery, $24,999.49. Open space, $45,555.12. Park and Rec, $35,367.68. And our capital purchase loan has a balance of $522,616.56.
I make a motion to approve the treasurer's report for November.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You want to read the EMS report?
Oh, okay.
Pocono Mountain Regional EMS, the month is 53 and year-to-date 583. And the total inside service area was 529, and for the whole year, wow, 6,316 calls for EMS. Make a motion to approve the monthly activity report for EMS.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry, I have to move you 2 in a row.
Can I see that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, police report for the Pocono Mountain Regional Police for November. Total calls was 87, complaints 75, accidents 12, criminal arrests 3, traffic arrests 15, vehicle code warnings 24, and ordinance arrests 1. And so for the month, we are under 69 hours. And cumulative carryover was under 75. I make a motion to approve the regional police report for
Is there a second?
November.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Monroe County Control Center monthly call statistics, overdoses for November was 2, and year-to-date is 6. I'd like to make a motion to approve the monthly call statistic overdoses from Monroe County Control Center. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Just a reminder, the data center ordinance will be adopted at our meeting on the 18th, which is next Thursday at 6:30. And also, the 2026 budget will be adopted on the same day, December 18th at 6:30. So I would like to make a motion to advertise the Barrett Township reorganization meeting, January 5th, 2026 at 9 a.m. And actually, this is an amended date. The agenda that was posted 24 hours in advance had a mistake as it was listed as January 9th. But they do have to be held on January 5th. So ours will be at 9 a.m. Do I have a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'd like to make a motion to advertise the Barrett Township reorganization meeting for the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission solicitor will advertise that for January 7th at 5:30 p.m. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And last, I'd like to make a motion to advertise the Barrett Township Auditors meeting January 6th at 7 p.m.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Ken. Quick question. The data center and the budget are December 18th?
Mhm.
That's a Thursday?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a special meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had to do it to the 18th in order to get in the 20 days that you have to advertise the ordinance.
Just making sure.
Next, we have correspondence. This is a candidate's declaration. Nate Covington did a write-in for the auditor position, and he is accepting that position as auditor.
Okay.
And then we have certificates of insurance from Bushkill Home Improvements and J&L Electric. And lastly, Chuck Knipe unfortunately passed away last weekend, and Chuck was on our strategic planning committee a few years ago and has done a lot for the township. So I'd like to make a motion to donate to, was it St. Jude's, do you remember? Yeah, I think it was St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And I think we usually do 100.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'd like to make a motion to do a donation in memory of Chuck Knipe for $100.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Any public comment? Would you mind stepping in the microphone? Yep, thank you.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Michelle Bisbing, and I'm the president of Pocono Mountains Economic Development and the Monroe County Industrial Development Authority. I got this position in August when our former president retired. I've been with the organization for 24 years, so it was, it was a nice promotion, and happy to accept the position. As part of this, I've been on a tour visiting all of our municipalities in Monroe County. So each week I've been going to meetings and just introducing myself and the organization, letting you know that we can be a resource for you if need be. We also have some programs for small businesses. If we have the Small Business Development Center from the Scranton University has office hours in our office once a month, and those services are free. They offer small business counseling on writing a business plan, doing a transition plan, help with financial situations, and we also have a small revolving loan fund for small business. If they're looking to do some type of expansion or buy a piece of equipment, we have funds available to lend. It's a loan program. We have demographic information available if there's a need for that. I did bring a few flyers of information that I'll leave behind just to give you an idea of what we have. Our website is there. There's resources on the website as well. So, do you have any questions for me?
Is it okay if we put that on our website as well?
Sure.
And we'll put it in our
Yeah.
case in the front as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
The new schedule, I have the flyer in here for small business counseling. The last one for, they do 6 months at a time, is Monday the 15th, but the new one will be posted shortly on our website for January through June. So you just have to go there and and download it and can share that information, put it out for folks to pick up.
It's a great resource. Thanks for coming, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm, excuse me, Michael Aliberti with the Barrett Economic Development Corporation, so we'll just keep the theme going. Just a few updates. First of all, I wanted to thank the supervisors and most notably the custodial staff and the technical staff here at BARC for your assistance in organizing the big meeting on November 18th. There were lots of chairs and tables, and it was not lost on us that you helped set them up, so thank you. In terms of tangible follow-up and next steps, just so I think everyone here, or most people here were at that meeting, we will be circulating via email to people who provide email addresses, and then on our website, and then on any of the social media platforms that host our posts. We'll share the findings of the DOT exercise. That was the portion of the meeting where people showed different preferences for things they liked or didn't like. That was the first step. There'll be more opportunities for people to obviously weigh in and give their opinions on things, but there'll be a deck, a PowerPoint deck that you can look through and see which you and your neighbors said you liked or didn't like for kind of the future aesthetic of our township. So that was one thing, and for folks who are on the various community and business advisory boards, if you are not on one of those boards and would like to join, there is no limit. We would love to have you, so please reach out through our website at askus@betterbarrett.org, or more easily just come talk to me in the flesh because I'm right here. And those two boards will start to have more regular meetings and to inform the process over time. So, happy holidays.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Michael.
Peter?
I'd like to discuss or talk a little bit tonight about Scouts BSA Troop 89. As most of you know, I'm charter rep for the Scouts. I'm here representing the Rotary Club plus the Scouts BSA. So we've been waiting for 4 months, which is actually a little insulting of how long we had to wait for this. And it's actually been 5 months total, how long we've been waiting for a draft lease for the Boy Scouts so that they have a permanent home here in the community and permanent home based at BARC. And what I received is also kind of insulting and unacceptable to us. I'm speaking on behalf of the troop here. You know, I went and had a discussion with both Pam and Patty on this lease, and a lot of it was that this troop has been here for 80 years. It's a cherished community group, youth group. It's created some great leaders throughout the year, both in the community, locally, outside of the community, and we still can't get this straight as far as having a permanent, secure place for the Boy Scouts. So I'm trying to see, you know, it feels like to me, looking at this, that we're being held to a different standard that has been in the leases before. I think most of us know there's been problems with the leases at this building, particularly Hive to Harvest, some with the Polish school too, and I feel like we're getting the brunt of that now and getting a lot stricter measures on it, which I think we should be not the ones that are being held to a different standard than those other leases are being held to. I don't know, you know, where you see, I mean, I could tell you a couple of the issues that we have with it. We had spoke about that the troop, while they have use of they would like to have committed full use of the building. During our discussions, we talked about that we understand if you have to use the building, but we would like to grant permission to you. We, speaking for the Scouts again, would like to grant permission to use that building. And
You're talking about
You-
just
the
that
room?
classroom, not the
The room, you
building.
mean? The room?
The classroom, not the building.
I'm sorry if I said building. It's the classroom that is designated for the troop. You know, we would have liked exclusive use of it, but in compromise, we said others could use the building as long as we are giving notice, told who it is, and we approve. We could also approve that use of the building and the group that's going in there. And we preferred that there would have been a Barrett or Paradise group, whether it's a nonprofit, local group, whether it's the Rotary Club, whether it's the community center needs another building, and this just gives any third party that you approve of can come into the building, get into the classroom and use that classroom, and without disregard of the big thing was they have files there, they have records there, they have the troop equipment there, they have some dangerous stuff in there, whether it be, if you went in the room, there's cans in there with metal, jagged metal and stuff on, they use at the shooting range and that. And then it's more that we're held, there's nothing here that states that we're liable for a third party, another party coming in there, that, if something happens in that building and that classroom, the troop is a person that has to possibly take the brunt of that, the way I'm reading this. Whether your solicitor wants to say different, that's up to him. So one is, we would like to be able to approve or deny a group that goes into that room. We'd like to limit the access to third-party groups that they be to Barrett or Paradise, and a group that we are familiar with. Hopefully, if we can put it more on the adult side, being the stuff that's in the room, even though there's kids in there, they know how to handle it, but if there's other kids in there, they may not. It's a 10-year lease. We appreciate the 10-year lease, but there's no, there's nothing for renewal. The renewal there is just if the township wants to renew it, the township renews it. If not, the Scouts are out of luck. A little history for those that, that don't know, the Scouts have been trying to get a permanent home and have been promised by the township quite a few times on different homes. The Gunderson property was one that was sold, money was put here, don't worry, the Scouts will have a home. The Scouts do have a home here, but it's not a secure home. This came about again because it was brought at another meeting that the Scouts may have to give up use or share use of that room, what they were not happy about when they were told they were given exclusive right to that room. They were down at the Hiatus Park. That was supposed to be their building. They put money, some money into the building there also, and then that was changed because they wanted, we had this Gunderson property, so we're moving to the Gunderson. Then from the Gunderson, now we're here. So they've been shuffled around back and forth, and they're just looking for something permanent. As far as the 10-year lease, but we need to get something like at least a renewal, like give them 12 months heads up that, hey, at the 9th year, whether or not you both agree to renew it. Right now, your leases that are written, I reviewed a few of them. The lessee has all the rights. If they do everything that they're supposed to do, they just get a renewal. Here it is. The township has to say yes or no on the renewal. Would like it to be an agreed upon both parties, or at least that we get a long enough term. There's also in here that says that the township, for most any reasons, if it's for governmental use, for emergency, that they can give 30 days notice, and the troop would have to be out of their space. I don't think that's acceptable. We understand that there's emergencies. If there is emergency, or if they feel they need this room in the building, they should at least be given 6 months notice and an alternate space for them to reside in, either during the emergency time. Emergency is one thing, but governmental use is very broad. What is governmental use? Hey, we don't have enough space for our equipment, so we need to use this building. The troop needs to be out. So if, and that was one thing. And then, you have here as far as require that the township can enter the room for any reason at any time. We understand an emergency, you have to enter the room, there's water pouring down in there, but, just as a matter of respect, just give 24 hours notice if you have to walk in the room. We don't know who's going in there, what they're gonna touch, what equipment's in there, what files are in there, the troop leader files of that, and whether we can just get them stored away if they're out. So that's the gist of what I have. I didn't want to bring it up in the public forum because of the length of time this took, and I hope that you would act quickly on it and look at these concerns and realize these concerns. And if we can get this, I just want it to be balanced and fair. And right now, I don't feel it's balanced or fair. And, you know, Troop 89 deserves some stability and some respect in this process.
I thought we had discussed it, and do you have a list, a written list that you can give us so we
Pretty
can
much what I
compare
just
it?
read, but I can put it all in a.
Because this is the first I'm hearing that you didn't agree with it, so
Same.
we'll definitely
Did you
look
review
at
the
it.
lease? Have you seen the lease?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Hey, Todd, do you have any feedback on that? I know we took notes at that meeting, and I thought we covered everything in there, but.
Well, I thought we did too, but I'm certainly happy to revisit it. This is the first I'm hearing that it wasn't acceptable, so I think once Peter can give us that list, I mean, I took notes as he was talking, but he's got a list of particular concerns, we can certainly address them.
Absolutely.
Thank
Can you
you.
give us emails, a list of, like, the things that you just went over? And
I
we'll send it
only,
to
you know,
him.
as you know, I only received the lease a week, within the past week. So that's why I came to the first available meeting and wanted to discuss it. And I just appreciate if you could take these concerns, I will put them in an email, but if we can act a little quickly to maybe give them a nice Christmas present of a permanent home here for the troop. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask
Thank
if
you.
the Boy Scouts have to pay for the room?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Ralph,
Can I just out of curiosity, who wrote that lease?
Todd drafted it.
Um,
Todd Weitzman drafted it.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
I
okay, yeah.
Yeah, just curious who wrote it.
Todd writes all of our leases.
There's a comment from Nicole Pressman, she'd like to speak.
Nicole?
Hey everybody, thanks. My name is Nicole Pressman. I live over on Birch Drive. I wanted to speak today because as we close out the year and the budget season, I really feel a need to address this recent lawsuit between the township and Hive to Harvest. Because what came out in the courtroom showed serious failures in governance, oversight, and judgment. As a matter of fact, in my research, the minutes of this very board make it clear that administrative offices report to Kelly Slinger as their primary court of conduct. And why is this important? That's because it shows that the township manager does not operate independently. Her decisions and conduct reflect directly on this board and are carried out under the board's authority. Yet in the hearing, it was undeniable that the township manager and supervisor, Pam Garzi, drafted rental agreements with no attorney, no realtor, and no legal oversight. The township's own solicitor stood in court and admitted that those contracts were just words, and that those words were ambiguous. That alone demonstrates an absolute fundamental breakdown in procedure. And by far, the most disturbing issue involved the township security cameras. In court, Ms. Garzi implied that Hive to Harvest was recording children. Yet the only images presented were taken from the township's own camera, operated under Pam's control. I already know from research I've done that those camera feeds and recordings are on Pam's personal cell phone. And that worries me because that means images of minors, including possibly my own children who have volunteered in the building repeatedly, are stored on a private device that is likely not secured, not monitored, and who knows where that footage is going. As a parent, I am alarmed. And the hypocrisy of this situation cannot be ignored. Ms. Garzi entered a courtroom accusing a non-for-profit of wrongdoing while personally possessing and transporting images of children from a township camera on her phone. This is a profound lapse in judgment and a misuse of authority that is unreal. As someone who has been personally targeted and misrepresented by government actors before, I recognize exactly what this is, and it is an abuse of power used to shift blame away from her own administrative failures. And those failures have now cost us, the taxpayers, a ridiculous level of legal fees, reputational damage, and has opened this township and the individuals on the board for potential civil exposure. And every bit of this could have been avoided with any basic oversight or professionalism. So I have some questions to ask this board, because I really want to know 4 things. I want to know if you are all comfortable with the township manager storing images of minors on her personal home. I want to know if you're comfortable with lease agreements drafted without professional review. I want to know if you're comfortable with courtroom testimony that misled the public and attempted to harm a citizen. And I want to know if you're prepared to accept the liability for actions taken under your authority. And let me just close with this. What happened in that courtroom was not a mistake. It was a township manager abusing her authority, withholding information, mishandling evidence, and publicly harming a resident to cover her own errors. A township manager who jeopardizes taxpayer funds is unacceptable. A township manager who mishandles sensitive footage is unacceptable. And a board that looks the other way becomes complicit. Barrett Township deserves transparency, and it deserves a level of competence. And it deserves leaderships that protect the community, not leadership that creates avoidable crisis. So tonight I'm asking the board to choose whom you serve. Do you serve the residents of Barrett Township, or the individual who repeatedly created actions that caused harm? I do find this concerned, and while I don't expect an answer immediately tonight, I would like an answer to those questions at your earliest convenience. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Nicole.
We'll draft something, Todd?
Sorry, what did you say, Pam?
Should we draft an official response? Because obviously that's a lot of false information.
Yeah, but public comment is not the time to respond to it.
Okay, thank you.
Can we ask questions on that whole speech
Yeah,
that you
right.
put there? So who wrote the Hive to Harvest lease?
Our solicitor drafts all the leases.
So he reviewed that lease and.
He drafted that lease, yes. Other questions?
There's some other comments, so I should go through them first.
Okay.
Elizabeth Sichello, while Peter was speaking, said, "Thank you, Peter." Nicole Pressman said, "Are we seriously denying the Boy Scouts?"
No.
Jason Delp said, "They deny anyone without money." Mary Greenan said, "Thank you for bringing this up. At a previous meeting, the public was told by the Board of Supervisors that the Boy Scout issue regarding the room use was resolved. This is clearly not the case." Janine said, "So Peter is saying that they need 24-hour notice. If there is a water leak, I think waiting 24 hours is a little absurd." Elizabeth Sichello said, "A normal rental lease or agreement requires 24 hours for the property owner to enter a rental property." Jason Delp said, "Sure did, it was gross." Janine said she would like to ask a question, so I think that's her time to ask a question.
Janine, you have a question?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure my mute was off. So Nicole Pressman had mentioned about cameras and her children possibly being recorded, but back in June, the woman who runs Hive to Harvest recorded me and my family during a private event, and there has been nothing going on with that. And when I tried to bring that up, she told me, this was back in June at the supervisor meeting, she told me she had to go through her attorney before she could release the video that she took of minors at my private event along with me. I asked her several times not to record. So my question is, Nicole Pressman is saying that Pam has private pictures or videos or whatever it is on her phone of possibly Nicole's children. And that's probably not true, but I know for a fact that Krista Paolucci does have videos of minors at my private event on her phone. So my question is what can I do about that?
Yeah, good question.
This is a public building.
Yeah,
But
this
there's
is
no,
not the
isn't
place
there
for
no
that.
expectation of privacy in a public place?
The building was closed and it was a private event.
It was.
Yeah, I think it's a civil matter. Other questions?
The next comment was Elizabeth Sotelo. Janina tried to respond to you, but my comment didn't come through. It's a normal legal practice that landlords give renters at least 24 hours notice of inspection. Jason Delp said they service Daddy Warbucks. Christine Esposito said, thank you, Nicole. Nicole Pressman said, that's not what you said in court. In court, you stated you drafted the lease. I would like the court transcripts acquired for community review. Jason Delp said, public space, no privacy. Nicole said, I would like to respond to Janine. Should we have back and forth?
Todd, I don't think we have back and
This
forth
is
in a
gonna
public
get
comment
ridiculous.
section, correct?
This is gonna get back in.
No, this isn't a conversation. This is public comment on items of township importance.
Yeah.
It's not a debate, it's not conversation or side conversations between people in the public.
Okay.
And that's what public comment is supposed to be. It's supposed to be to bring comment to the Board of Supervisors.
Thank you.
Okay, move on.
Move on.
You have a policy on this as well.
Correct.
Krista P. said, Pam testified on the stand that she wrote the lease using a template and that she had no experience writing
Not true.
the lease. This is not secretive information. It was said in court. Christine Esposito said, thank you. Jason Delp said, public building, no privacy, it is important. Nicole Pressman said, then Janine should not make statements about others. Is she here as a citizen or employee? Jason Delp said, you don't like it.
Okay, so this back and forth
Yes.
over there is not.
Yeah.
Do we have any other public comment here?
If I could just correct that, I said if it was an emergency, they could come in like a water leak, not that you gotta give me 24 hours and let the whole building flood out. And if I could just give you, I have pretty much redlined the lease, and this is my only copy, so maybe if we have a.
I wrote down what you wanted changed.
This is all the additions and corrections, if you can review them, and, you know,
If
so
you
in
wanna
order
wait,
of
I'll make a
speed,
copy and
you
give it
have
to
it
you.
now. Okay, great.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
Anything else? No? Okay, then I'd like to make a motion to go in executive session for litigation.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.